The following podcast is for mature listeners. Although looked at in a light-hearted manner, some content may be graphic and gruesome. Also, due to the host's complete lack of maturity, those easily offended will probably be offended. Hold on to your butts.
How old's Bernie Sanders?
115.
That's legit. You checked the facts on that one?
That's actually an actual fact. Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Yeah, it's for the super awesome facts.
Okay, fuck it. Let's do this. Jake, do you want to talk about murders?
Fuck yeah. Hell
would you
yeah,
like to talk about some murders, Jake? What are your favorite kind of murders?
Like in cold blood type murders.
Ooh, what's your favorite murder weapon to be used?
I mean, if we're talking like instrument of death, I gotta go old fashioned, and I gotta say just a straight up knife.
Knife. Okay. Well,
now, if I want to be creative though, I mean, obviously I'm a huge fan of piano wire.
Piano wire. That's a classy assassination.
Absolutely.
That's
gentleman.
Once you're using piano wire, it's no longer a murder, that's an assassination.
Ah, okay.
That's where the line is drawn, I think.
Oh, apparently, I guess so.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about today axe murders.
Ooh.
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense considering we just kind of celebrated Friday the 13th.
Yes. Hey, there we go. We
got a theme.
You're really dating this one. Probably the oldest type of murder. I'd imagine axes that's probably one of the first weapons that we as a people devised, right? Was the axe.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, I don't know, wherever you're from.
Us axe-wielding people.
Yes. The people of Villisca, Iowa. Those are the people that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Particularly the ones who lived in June of 1912. Actually, these people aren't the murderers, they're the victims. But okay, we're going to talk about Sarah Moore and her wonderful family. Okay, Sarah had a pretty big family. It was her husband Josiah. It was their four children. Ready for this? There will be a test later. Herman,
Josiah, Mosiah, and Horiah.
No. This isn't a Foreman situation.
Okay.
So the children were Herman, Mary, Arthur, and Paul. Okay?
Herman. What a gay boy name.
Herman. And on June 9th, they spent the day at the Children's Day event hosted by their family church, which actually Sarah, their mother, had coordinated. So a wonderful day at church in the summer of 1912. And as the day drew to a close, Mary, one of the children, invited two of her friends, Ina and Lena Stillinger. Ina and Lena.
Okay.
Stillinger. I don't think they were twins. But they invited them to spend the night, okay?
Okay.
And unfortunately for Ina and Lena, the Stillinger girls, Sarah Moore said that it was okay, and the sleepover commenced.
Ooh, sounds like something grisly is going to happen.
Now, listen, we're a couple episodes in here, and I'm noticing a trend. Sleepovers, in the context of our show...
It's where you get nixed.
It never turns out to be good.
Nope.
Okay, so...
you want to play an innocent game of tummy sticks. Next thing you know, it's a wrap for you.
Yeah, you get sticks in your tummy.
Yeah.
At some time between midnight and 5 a.m. on the night of June 9th, 1912, someone broke into the back door of the Moore's house. And they were armed with Josiah's wood-cutting axe, which he had left by the back door. So this gentleman, or woman,
what a dunce.
grabbed the axe on the way in. I want to make a point real quick, because I heard this somewhere else, but do you know why axe murders were so they happened all the time a long time ago, but now you don't hear about a lot of people having their heads chopped with axes or anything like that? The whole axe murder fad has kind of died down in recent years, right?
The lost art of axe murders?
Yeah.
I would blame it on the evolution of weapons because guns are so accessible.
Well, the reason that axe murders were so frequent back in the olden days is because everybody had a fucking axe because everyone had to constantly chop wood to keep their house warm.
Yeah.
So there were axes all over the place.
Yeah, they're probably so stressed out that they're like, God, I'm so tired of cutting down these motherfucking trees. You know what? I'm going to cut my fucking family instead. Fuck these people. I'm going to burn them instead.
Burn them with my axe.
Yeah. Yes, your wizard axe.
My wizard axe. So, okay, you made me lose my place here.
I'm sorry. I have that effect on men.
Between midnight and 5 a.m., someone breaks into the house. They walk in with Josiah's woodcutting axe, which was left outside.
Okay.
Asterisks. Some investigators, they think that the killer actually broke into the house earlier in the day and was like camping out in the attic until everyone fell asleep. But this is up for debate. The reason people think that is because they actually found 2 cigarette butts in the attic. I don't know. Unless
what a great clue.
Yeah, unless Josiah had like a secret smoking habit that he hid in the attic. It could have been.
He's stressing out from cutting all this goddamn wood all the time.
Yeah, you don't
smoke a goddamn cigarette.
For 1912, forensics were not there yet. So the killer started in the master bedroom, Jake.
Okay.
He took the axe, and with the blunt side of the axe, not the sharp part.
Ooh, the business end.
Yeah, no, the non-business end.
Oh, so he like axe whipped him.
Yeah, well, no, it's the side. He hit him with the side that has the sharp part, but he was holding it the wrong way. Does that make sense?
God, you can tell this is 1912.
Yeah, does this make sense?
So the axe in this day, somebody would have just YouTubed how to kill someone with an axe.
So hold on a second. Wait a second. I think I fucked this up, Jake.
Oh God.
Okay. Take
frantic editing.
Yeah, take two. No, I'll fix this. Don't worry. This is going to be a cinch. Okay. So the killer starts in the master bedroom, right? And what he does is he takes the blade of the axe,
okay,
and he smashes in Josiah's head with his own damn axe, right?
Ain't that about a bitch?
Josiah is actually the only victim, surprisingly, that the killer uses the blade of the axe on. Okay, for everyone else, he flips that bitch around and he uses the blunt side of the axe, the side that doesn't cut things, it just smashes. But Josiah, his first victim, they believe, he used the sharp side of the axe and he smashed his head in. He mangled his head so badly that the eyeballs were actually missing when the investigators showed up. Next...
That's not gross. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen worse. Next, he moves on to Sarah, who, Sarah is the wife, remember? And apparently she's quite the heavy sleeper because she didn't wake up as her husband's head was being smashed in.
How do you not wake up?
She's a heavy sleeper?
What type of
apnea.
Homemade medicine are you on?
She's got the apnea. Well, you know, all the medicine back then had opioids.
Real. Oh, that's right. All that homemade shit, like growing it in their backyard and just chewing like the root and then just passing the fuck out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They probably found some kind of miracle elixir at the local fair. It was being sold by a passerby.
Some sort of gypsy.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she just sleeps a lot.
She's just a dumb bitch.
Maybe she was just sleepy. So she didn't wake up, and then the killer moved on to her. She was found bludgeoned by the flat end of the axe where she slept. There were no defensive wounds, so apparently she never even woke up during the attack. She was just out the whole time. Okay?
Okay.
Next, the killer moves on to the kids' room, where...
Yeah, it's about to get real touchy.
He continued. No! Surprisingly enough, all he did was smash in every child's head.
Oh man, I got all these children ripe for the touching, and all he does is just crush their heads in.
He just mushed them up. He
mushed them up. I'm gonna mush you up real good. Like.
He kills Herman, Mary, then Arthur, and then Paul, all in the same manner as the mother, with the blunt end of the axe. Right?
Why are these kids not waking up?
I don't know. I don't know what happened in this house.
What type of paste or homemade medicine is this mother feeding their children? You know what it is?
What is it?
I think that the dad fucking hates the kids and the mom so much for
Here we go.
the fact
Sherlock
that he has to
Holmes
go
over here.
Yep, he has to chop all this fucking wood up all the goddamn time. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna find a way to make these bitches pass the fuck. Oh, almost dropped my drink. And then I don't know. It sounds like bullshit to me.
So, let me, detective. Let me ask you in your theory.
Yeah.
Once he put the whole family to sleep and smashed all their heads in, he then turned the axe on himself and bludgeoned himself to the point where his eyes were missing.
So he must have had an accomplice.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no.
I just don't understand how, Herman and Gertrude, whatever the fuck these little horrible kids' names are you hear your brother or sister get their head smashed in like mashed potatoes.
Right.
And then you don't wake up.
Right.
The mom doesn't wake up.
Right.
Like, how are you that heavy of a sleeper? Like, I get it. Like, sometimes you can sleep through some shit, but not that.
You find this fishy?
I think it's a little weird.
Why?
Have you ever heard the sound of an axe hit something? I have. And it's... I'm incriminating myself probably right now.
Yeah, well, it's okay. No, it is weird. It's very weird because there are no defensive wounds on any of the people we've mentioned so far.
Okay.
So apparently they all just did sleep through it. I mean, maybe this guy was really stealthy with the axe, but...
Yeah, he's like this, like, really just sneaky. He's
like
a cat burglar / axe murderer.
Well, so... After he finishes with the children upstairs, he moves downstairs to the guest bedroom where the Stillinger girls are sleeping. And he continues his little rampage.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a sleepover. Ina Stillinger was taken out the same way as the Moors. Blunt end of the axe, no defensive wounds. Lena, on the other hand, is believed to be the only one that woke up before she was killed. So Lena had the wherewithal to realize something was up.
Yeah, wake up like a normal fucking person.
Yes, she was the only one that was found out of the sleeping position with defensive wounds on her arm. Okay. She was also, all this killing must have got this guy worked up because she seemed to be the only one with any type of sexual assault. She was...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's where it comes.
Yeah, Lena was found with her skirt pushed up and her underwear removed. They were pushed under the couch. So unless shit was getting weird before this guy showed up, I guess he had his eyes on her.
Maybe. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Is this guy... obviously, I don't know anything about this topic.
Right.
This guy, is he borderline on the spectrum because he does not know how to use an axe the right way?
Well, it's tough to say because this man was never caught. And we'll get more into that in a little bit.
We got a Zodiac killer case on our hands.
Yeah, he's still out there. He's still out there somewhere.
He's still out there. 106 years ago. 106 years later, he's still on the loose. Him and the Zodiac killer are probably just yucking it up at our expense.
So, yeah, Jake, after this stuff happens, then shit starts to get weird. Okay?
It gets weird from here?
Yeah.
After my man done came in...
This is all run-of-the-mill.
Murdered a whole family and then just had some sex, did a little touching on a little girl.
Yeah.
And then shit gets weird?
Yeah.
Please tell me they all come back to life like it's the goddamn Thriller music video and start doing like that Oogie Boogie dance. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Wow. No, not quite.
You had me on the hook for like a half a second. Fuck yeah.
Everything we've talked about so far is kind of run-of-the-mill axe murder.
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
touchy-feely stuff. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
After everyone was murdered, the killer was apparently not satisfied with the way things went because he made another round where he, again, smashed the heads of every one of the Moors a second time. He just continued the beatdown.
He went back through and just remushed
everything. Josiah got it the worst. It's estimated that Josiah was struck with the axe around 30 times. And I don't know if you've done that math in your head, but...
I've chopped firewood before.
Okay.
And I understand about maybe the second or third strike.
Yeah, you're a woodologist.
I'm half man, half lumberjack.
Okay.
And a 1/18th bear.
Right.
If you strike a piece of wood by like the third strike, it's pretty much cut in half.
Yes.
Like, and I would assume that a human skull.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, let's not forget.
Softer.
Yep, human skulls not quite as hard or as sturdy as a block of wood. And this one got 30 bashes. After he was finished, he covered every one of the victims' faces, as well as every mirror and every reflective piece of glass and metal in the house.
Covered them, you said?
He covered them. He did not want any eyes looking at him, including his own.
Okay.
Then he decided to hang out for a little while. He took a 2-pound slab of bacon out of the refrigerator.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wrapped it up and left it sitting on the floor downstairs. Then he filled a bowl of water and washed all the blood off of his hands and body. Just left the bacon. I don't know what the point of that was.
Let's give it up for bacon, everybody.
The next morning,
Nice little golf clap. Yeah.
the next morning, a neighbor who thought it was suspicious that she saw no signs of life at the house called Josiah's brother Ross. Ross happened to have a spare key to the family home, which wasn't great for Ross because
he's gonna get mongoloid murdered by the dumb axe guy.
He was the one. No. The axe guy eventually took off. They're not sure what time he took off, but he did the bacon thing.
And then probably left the fucking bacon like an idiot.
Yeah, he left it on the floor and then washed up and rolled. But Ross was the one that had to enter the house and find his entire family bashed to pieces.
Quick sidebar.
Yeah.
Is the girl who was Lena
Trina
and
Ina.
Trina from was she murdered or she just like kind of just got felt up? Oh wait, no, you said she got her head cut in half.
Yeah,
the business end of the axe after she had done.
She got bludgeoned. She got the non-business side of the axe.
Okay.
Yeah, she got bludgeoned and touched, I guess.
Okay, so she
forensics were not great in 1912. There's a lot of stuff that we don't have hard evidence
dodgy.
on. Yeah. So Ross goes in, he finds the family, and at this point, Jake, the crime scene is completely fucking destroyed. A huge crowd of townspeople, they started to hear what was going on. Word of the house and the murder started to grow. So they just showed up to come see these dead bodies. There was no
museum of murder.
Yeah, there was no hey, sorry, this is a crime scene, get the fuck out of here, or hey, the police have to check this out first.
Caution tape, or there's no hey, get the fuck out of here, guy.
Right. So one doctor was leaving the scene. I guess doctors did come out to pronounce them dead, and he warned the crowd outside.
Hey, you get out of here.
Yeah,
get now.
Quote, "Don't go in there, boys. You'll regret it until the last day of your life." And they all went in. Still, they weren't buying it.
Yeah,
I guess there wasn't a lot. Iowa. There wasn't a lot in the way. I mean, there's still, I don't think, a lot to do in Iowa these days. And this is in 1912. There was no anything. I mean,
yeah,
it was either plow your cornfield or go see a couple of dead bodies.
I mean, that's a pretty solid toss-up, though.
Yeah, it's close.
What are you guys doing today? You want to go husk some corn or see a dead body?
You want to see a dead body?
Absolutely.
As many as 100 people from the town took a tour of the house to fill their curiosities. There's even a report that one homeless man snuck away with shards of Joe's skull as a souvenir.
I was going to say he took the bacon.
No, I'm sure somebody had to take the bacon.
Like, bitch, I'm homeless. Give me this bacon.
Yeah, really. So, yeah, there was no sense of we have to keep this crime scene completely pure the way it was so that we can do an investigation. It was just hey, they're dead. I mean, if you want to see it, you can come fucking see it, I guess. Yeah, take some skull. Grab it. Yeah, fill it. Here's a bag. The more you take, the less we have to clean up. It was that kind of thing.
This would have been a piss poor episode of Law and Order.
Yeah, yeah. It would have just been the one guy accusing everyone.
Yeah.
There were a few suspects, although the killer was never found. Okay? Prime suspect, number 1, Jake
Ross.
Iowa State Senator Frank F.F. Jones.
You know what? I agree with it.
I don't like the FF. Frank, it's too... You're going overboard. Frank F.F. Jones?
I have no idea what the double F's mean.
I don't either, but...
Frank for fuck's sake Jones.
For fuck...
I have no...
Wait, that doesn't work. Okay.
Frank for fuck's sake Jones.
So Frank Jones was the prime suspect. The reason that Frank Jones was a prime suspect is because Josiah... Remember, Josiah got the worst of this beating. Was a former employee of Frank F.F. Jones's farming equipment business. And he left the company on a very bitter note. He was one of the top salespeople in the entire company.
Oh.
And he quit to start his own farm equipment company. And when he went, he took F.F. Jones's top supplier, a company by the name of John Deere, with him. So Frank F.F. Jones ate a little bit of shit when Josiah burned him and left his company.
Literally, it was just a tiny little piece of shit.
Yeah. A little, cut it up for him. Josiah did something else as well. Josiah also was sleeping with F.F. Jones's daughter-in-law.
There it is. There it is.
In the process, apparently Donna...
Raw dog and his daughter-in-law. I love it.
Donna Jones was known to get around town, if you know what I mean. And her escapades with Josiah were common knowledge around town.
Oh, yeah. She was husking my man's corn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with what with what little forensics they had, which was none, they went, who hates this guy the fucking most? And somebody else went, well, F.F. Jones is boning his son's wife. Or Josiah is boning F.F. Jones' son's wife and stealing his John Deere's.
Goddamn tractor man.
So he was the prime suspect. Another suspect in the murders was a man by the name of Reverend Lynn Kelly. Lynn Kelly was a Presbyterian preacher who was actually at the Children's Day event the day of the murders.
Okay.
Yeah. He eventually admitted to the murders.
What?
Right? Yeah, which is usually, I mean, that's a pretty good
that's
sign
pretty, yeah,
that you murdered the people.
By the way, I did it. Oh, well, you know what? There's our guy.
Yeah, but he later recanted his statement, claiming that he was abused by police until he was forced to admit guilt. See, that's another thing. Back in the day, there weren't as many
laws in place to protect witnesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, ethics. Ethics didn't necessarily exist back
code
in
of
these
ethics.
days.
Yes.
There was no code of police ethics, which...
They would just work a guy over until he kind of owned up to it.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, listen, they need a paycheck. They need to find the murderer. This guy's a little weirdo. Oh, yeah, by the way, Reverend Lynn Kelly was also targeted because he was a known sexual deviant who had recorded mental health issues.
Sexual deviant, you say?
Yes.
We have a little girl that was...
Yes.
Putting two and two together here.
Kelly actually, I don't know why I don't have this in here, but I remember it. Kelly, the reason he was a known sexual deviant is because he had put an ad in a newspaper looking for a secretary who would be willing,
being touched,
who would be willing to like pose for risque photographs, and that was not something you put in the paper in 1912. You know,
that's not something you put in the paper ever.
It depends on the paper, Jake.
I mean.
Craigslist, anything goes. It's the Wild West.
Craigslist, yeah. I mean, literally, it's fucking Thunderdome. You can do whatever you want.
Right, yeah. So there were a few other names that were thrown out, but nothing was ever concrete. They never found a killer. No one was ever convicted. More current investigations believe that the murders were actually the act of a serial axe murderer who made his way across the Midwest. There were there were other murders around this time in Colorado, Iowa, and Kansas. that shared eerie similarities with the Villisca killings. Some of those things were that the crime scenes all had victims with covers over their faces and mirrors that were covered up. So now...
And the guy just would use the blunt side of the axe, unlike the real side of the axe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mash your shit in.
I mean, that's a pretty telling similarity. I think they would have made the connection a lot quicker these days. Like I said, these are current investigations who kind of piece these things together from news stories from back in the day. But
so here's a question.
Yeah.
Did anyone rule out Sasquatch?
No. Is that
in
Iowa?
These are questions. I mean, Midwest. I mean, these are questions that need to be asked. They don't have any type of profile on the guy. He could have been a 6'10", all hairy gentleman that obviously he's too dumb to realize how to use an axe, so he just mashes your shit in, and then maybe the girl was like, "Hey, I would like to hug you because you look like a puppy," and then next thing you know, he's doing some weird beast fuck thing to her after he cuts her head off or mashes her face in. So, I don't know. These are things that need to be asked.
Now, okay. All right, I see where you're going with this. I see...
Do you, though? Because I don't.
I see what you're thinking. My thing is, I don't think there's any sightings of Sasquatch in the Midwest, Jake. Is there, like, Sasquatch in Chicago?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. Do you not know who Ben Wallace was?
Okay. All right. I think maybe we need to do an episode on the Sasquatch.
Motherfucker could ball. Yeah, we do.
Get our facts straight, because I don't think that's a Midwest thing. For some reason. You might be right. Maybe there's an Iowa Sasquatch living amongst the corn.
Maybe he's just a giant person made out of corn.
Yeah. The corn monster.
Corn man.
In the end, the Villisca Axe murder mystery is still unsolved to this day. All right? But some weird shit has happened since.
Okay.
All right.
Like
so,
what?
Since the murders, there have been multiple owners and tenants in the home where all these people were killed. Many of which have reported strange encounters in the house.
What? Like, what are we talking here?
So some have claimed they have woken up in the middle of the night to a shadowy figure of a man holding an axe at the foot of their beds. That's kind of creepy. That
was pretty fucking creepy, yeah.
I wouldn't be into that. Other people have reported even finding shoes filled with blood in the house. Like, they leave their shoes around the house and then find them full of blood.
Very weird.
Yeah, a little weird. One closet in the house in particular gets a lot of attention, okay?
7 minutes in heaven, let's go.
There's a closet in the children's bedroom.
Yup, this is where it happens.
It has been known to open and close on its own. And this has even been caught on camera multiple times. Actually, there was a news report that I watched, Jake, right?
Okay.
This group was doing, like, a paranormal investigation in the house. And during the investigation, at one point... oh, here it is. Okay, so in 2005... Fox did a report with Prism. Prism is the Paranormal Research and Investigation Studies Midwest.
Ooh.
Okay? They're the ones that got the video footage of the closet door in the master bedroom closing and opening on its own. And there is also a theory that the ghosts in the home are all the children who still don't know they're dead and are possibly hiding in the closets. There is also a part in the video where one of the investigators clearly asks, "Hey, sweetie, can you please open the door?" Okay? I'm gonna
Holy shit.
I'm going to play this for you, all right? So here is the clip, full speed, the way it was recorded originally, all right?
Full throttle. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, sweetie, can you close the door?
Okay. Did you hear at the end of that?
Yeah.
What did you think that it said? What could you make out?
Well, I
what was being
couldn't
said?
really make. I just heard something. I couldn't really make it out.
Yeah, there was something. Okay, so I have it now slowed down. Okay, so the investigator says, "Hey, sweetie, can you please open the door?" Right?
Okay.
Here's the response that he gets.
It says, "We're dead."
No. Okay. So what? I have this on repeat. What they believe is said, what they believe was picked up on the camera, is one of the children saying, "I'm scared. Lena, you do it."
Oh shit.
I'm scared. Lena, you do it. Listen to it again and see if you can hear that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that fucking wild?
That is a little weird. Hey, sweetie, can you open the door? 9/11 was an inside job. What the fuck? I fucking knew it.
So in 1994, a woman by the name of Martha Lynn purchased the Moore home, and she restored it to its original state, the state it was in 1912 when the murders happened.
So
She removed all the plumbing from the house, as well as the electric. So there's no electricity or plumbing in the house. And for the price, the low price of $428, you can spend the night in the house.
Hard pass.
You sure?
Hard pass. That's a hard pass.
Okay, so that's what these investigators have done. These people who are searching for paranormal whatever. You've seen the shows on like
Ghost Hunters,
fucking
and
Spike. Yeah, like this place gets a lot of those people.
Real Housewives. Yeah, I get it.
So if you check the Skype chat, I'm gonna actually send you one of the pictures that creeped me the hell out. So this, Jake, is a picture that was taken in the house by a group called Miller Paranormal Research. This was taken in the kitchen. This was taken in the kitchen of the Moore's home. Do you see it? You get the picture? Send it to your phone.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Yeah, do you see what that is?
That looks like two little girls jumping up and down at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, so this is believed to be 2 to 3 of the. Well, this is believed to be the Moore children, but it could be Lena, and I mean I don't know. Who knows what they look like?
Yeah, it's kind of terrible. It's a little weird looking. Honestly, it's not terrifying. It's just weird.
It's very weird. So the researchers also managed to capture another clip, and I'm going to play this one for you.
Ooh. Oh, you're railing me.
Okay.
It just sounded like a bunch of shit was shuffling around.
Yeah, a bunch of shit was shuffling around, but here it is slowed down. Do you hear that at the beginning?
Yeah, what is she saying?
It's some scared child saying they're gonna hurt us, or he's gonna hurt us. I'll play it one more time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's definitely a belief that this house has the spirits of these children still in it somehow,
just
trapped,
chilling in there.
Yeah, for sure. The scariest thing, I think, in my opinion, that has happened in this house happened on November 7th, 2014.
Whoa.
Okay.
Fairly recent.
Yes, very recent. A 37-year-old paranormal investigator named Steve Larson was doing an overnight stay in the Villisca House. Okay?
Okay.
At one point, Steve was alone in the northwest bedroom of the house while the rest of his group went out front. They were standing on the front lawn. Okay? They receive a message on their 2A radios from Steven. He was calling for help.
Okay.
By the time the group gets upstairs to Steven's room, he had stabbed himself in the chest, critically injuring himself. He was rushed to the local hospital where they were able to save his life, but to this day, he will not comment on what happened in that room.
Shit.
Yeah. So the guy stabbed himself in the chest, a paranormal researcher, and now he won't talk about it. He won't say, I couldn't find a fucking word from this guy talking about why he stabbed himself in the chest, what he saw, what happened in that room. Nothing.
That's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. So after these events happened, they.
I mean, is this guy still alive? Or like, is he?
Yeah,
dead?
yeah. He lived. They were able to save him, but he doesn't talk about it. So the current owner of the house, after this happened, was quoted as saying, "They all hope something will come to them. Sometimes they like to tempt fate." That was her quote on the situation of the man stabbing himself in the chest. Yeah, so that's it, man. That's what I have on this house. That's what I have on these Villisca Axe killings. What do you think? Should we stay the night there, maybe? $428, dude. It's a steal.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
And this is what really kind of grinds my gears a little bit. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Right.
But I really kind of want to know what happened to that 2-pound slab of bacon. It's just really like it won't go away. I feel like it's something that needs to be found out. It's a waste of a lot of good bacon.
2 pounds, and it was not
That's
easy
2 pounds.
Not easy to get bacon in 1912.
Exactly. And you know, like, it was some good shit because it was back in 1912.
Yeah,
like, that was like when drugs first hit the scene, and you're like, I got good drugs because it's the 60s and 70s. Now it's like, this is good bacon,
right?
Before there was like preservatives and shit shoved into it.
This is straight from the cow. They killed a cow to get that bacon. Nope. They did not kill a cow to get the bacon. They killed a pig to get that bacon.
Big old fat pig, the old corn-fed pig. Big old dumb cow pig. Yeah, that's what they meant to kill.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was probably a pig. They got the bacon from, not a cow. If you want to see more about the Villisca Axe House, or you want to see more of the pictures that these people did, I believe it was the Prism Research Group, there's videos and pictures at www.doyouseedeadpeople.org/21. I'll put a link to that on the website, our website, thedepthspodcast.com.
Yeah. That's our shit.
If you go to thedepthspodcast.com, you can also get links to our YouTube, our Spotify, our Stitcher Radio, iTunes, any place that you like to listen to your podcast. You could do it. You can listen to our podcast there, so there's no fucking excuse for you people to not be listening to our podcast.
Whoa, what's up with this you people shit, Paul? You really need to just calm down.
I have to get my emotions in check.
Yeah, or you're gonna
you know what would really
the blunt side of an axe.
You know what would really calm me down, Jake? You know what would really get my emotions in check?
Is it a 2-pound slab of bacon? Because that's what would calm me the fuck down.
That would help, but I'd really like for everyone listening right now to go and rate and review our podcast on iTunes.
Ooh,
Jake,
what a good little
another
segue you
plug.
did there.
I'm getting good at this. I had fun. Here, Jake. I had fun.
This is good.
I'm
glad that we do these things that we do.
Indeed. We are on Instagram at the Depthscast. We are on Twitter at the Depthscast.
Yeah. All the social media.
Try it out. You can find us. I gotta make a Facebook page. People are bugging me. That'll be there. It
Really,
may
people are
already
bugging
be
you
made.
for Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, I had a guy hit me up, ask me what my live journal for this podcast was going to be. So I'm
I
going to
know. I have to get the live
crack open the
journal.
old live journal.
The problem with live journal is you can't just do live journal. You have to do live journal and dead journal.
Yep.
You can't have one or the other.
Is MySpace still a thing? I'll get a MySpace going too.
I don't know. Maybe.
Put a creepy song up on there with my top 8 friends.
Yes. Deal. Can I be in it?
We'll talk about it.
Bye, Jake.
See ya.